Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Mr. Reely's neighborhood and Mr. Reely's Bible class. Oh, I forgot. Sorry. You might not even know who I am. Hi, boys and girls. Again, Mr. Reely here. I've just got home and I don't have a cameraman this week, so I'm having to do it all myself. And I just got back from work. I have a couple things here to kind of neat. Show you what I do every day. I go out by the highway right at one of the exits, and I hold up this sign here for people. Can you read it? It says, "We'll tell jokes for food." And I got to be honest, boys and girls, I didn't make a lot of money today. So I'm trying another one tomorrow, and it says, can you read that? Will not tell jokes for food. And I bet you some of you might even send me food if it meant I wouldn't tell jokes anymore. But hey, it's good to see you. We're going to go upstairs now, and we're going to film today from Mr. Reely's office. Here we go. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? Oh, here we are, boys and girls. We're in Mr. Reely's office. I'll just kind of span it around a little bit there. It's got some neat stuff in here you might like. Right here, look at this. This is neat. This is a Coke bottle. Ever seen a Coke bottle like that? I accidentally put it in the dryer a bottle in the dryer once, and that's what happened. No, just kidding. I don't know how. I bought that somewhere, Six Flags or something like that. And I've got all sorts of books over here. See all the books? Maybe not. I'm not a very good aim. But I got some books here I use with my grandkids. Maybe you've read them. Have you ever read Hand, Fingers, Thumb? That's a neat book right there. I like that one because it's kind of like music, and I like music. Hand, fingers, thumb. One thumb, drumming on a drum. I like that one. Oh, here's another one. Mr. Brown can moo. Can you? Can you moo? Very good. Just put your lips together and go, moo. Very good. You sound just like a cow. Very good. And then over here, we've got all sorts of neat stuff. We've got weights. Do you have any kind of weights that you lift? So you can get real strong. Those are fun. But you gotta be careful. You don't want to drop those on your toes. That can hurt. And let's see, we go over here. Let's see. We got a bunch of books. I hope you like books. Look here. I've got a musical instrument. It's called, you know what this is called? Sorry, I know you're getting blinded by the light. That's called a recorder. It's a kind of flute. Here, I'll play a little something for you. Let's see. See those fingers flying? But that's a recorder. Would you like to play a recorder someday? I knew you would. Here, let's go look at some other stuff. Let's see, we've got, look, what's that? Let's see what that is. That's a frog. It's not a wide mouth frog, I don't think, but it is a frog. And I've got another frog over here. It's a little green frog. And it's not that Mr. Reely just loves frogs, but they're kind of an instrument. I'll show you these two real quick. This is also an instrument. You take that out, and you can actually go across the frog's back. Does that sound like a frog? Close your eyes and try to picture a frog. It sounds like a frog. And then let's see what else we got. We got an elephant. He must be going somewhere because he has a trunk. Get it? Trunk? Like a suitcase? Okay. And then here, oh, looky here. We've got a little raccoon. My middle child, my son, made this when he was like 4 years old. You know, and we did like a lot of parents do. He brings it and shows it to us, and we go, oh, that is wonderful. And it really isn't the best raccoon I've ever seen. But for a 4-year-old, he did a nice job. I mean, it's pretty good. It's so good, I still keep it. So I can look at this raccoon and think of my son and how cute he was when he was little and made little raccoons all the time. And then look up here. Oh, I've got a little Matchbox motorcycle. I've had that since I was a little kid. What? Did you? You're saying that must be real old then? That's not very nice, boys and girls. But anyway, oh, looky here. I've got a little Sprite bottle. See how little that is? Sprite. And when I get thirsty, just need a little sip, I go, get a little sip of Sprite right there. Well, what we're gonna do now, we've kind of seen a little bit in Mr. Reely's office, and we're gonna have our lesson now, and we're gonna have our final lesson in the book of Proverbs. So if you've got your Bibles, turn to Proverbs chapter 31. It's the last chapter in the book of Proverbs. And in verse 10 is where we're going to start. And it has a little title in most Bibles. It says, The Wife of Noble Character. Now, we're not going to just talk about the wife tonight. We're going to try to make an application because there's a lot of qualities here that husbands need to have and that wives need to have. So we're going to make sure that everybody learns from this. And you're probably going, wait, I am not even close to being a husband or being a wife. You know what? I hope you're right. But you need to start thinking about it right now. Just a little bit. Now, a lot of it will be with friends, you know, and when you start dating in high school, hopefully no earlier than 16. That's just my opinion. Overall, I think a lot of times you might not be better off if you didn't. You might be better off if you didn't date till you were like, 20s or so. But anyway, you need to start thinking about what you think about people that are going to be your friends. And then, of course, whoever you marry should be your best friend. So it's never too early to think about that thing. Because, you watch so many movies and television shows and stuff like that, and you'll see it more and more, that usually on television, all people know about who they want to marry is that I fell in love. I'm in love. They just fall in love. It's like you can't help it. You're just walking along and all of a sudden, you fall in love. There's nothing you can do. No, boys and girls, use your brain, okay? You got to think it. Now, there's some feelings involved. There's no doubt about it. But you got to think, too, to find the right person. And one thing that you can do is go to Proverbs 31, particularly you guys, if you want to find the right girl, because it's addressed, it talks about what the perfect wife is, the perfect woman is. But girls, you can go to it, too, and just change it around and apply it all to men. And if they match up with Proverbs 31, you got somebody good that you need to hang on to. And it's very important to think about it. One thing my father-in-law told my sister-in-law, because she did not get married real early, and she was kind of worried. And he said, look, it is better not to get married than to marry a bum. Yes. So I'm glad he didn't tell that to my wife, because she might not have married me if she had heard it earlier. But anyway, it's better not to marry than to marry a bum. Now, Proverbs 31. And I'm going to read several verses, and we'll talk about them a little bit here. A wife of noble character, who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. So basically, this is saying a wife is worth far more than any kind of treasure, any kind of rubies or diamonds, anything like that you can ever get. And I can tell you that if you just look at movie stars today, they are so rich. They've got so much money and multiple houses and huge boats and yachts and all that kind of stuff. And they still, many times, are unhappy and can't hold their marriage together. So it kind of shows you, riches aren't the most important thing that you need to have when it comes to getting married. It's just having a wonderful woman, a noble wife, a wife who has all these wonderful personal characteristics, or a husband, a man that has more characteristics. It's more important than money. In verse 12, it says, she brings him good, not harm, all the days of his life. Find somebody that is good to you, that brings good to you. And these are all the things you got to figure out kind of while you're dating when you're older. If they're not good to you while you're dating, and odds are it's going to be worse after you get married, because they're going to settle in even more and be even more comfortable in kind of how they act. Make sure that you bring good to each other. And then we're going to read several verses here. I'm going to see what you can kind of pick up about this. What's this quality here when you listen to all this? Starting in verse 13. She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. She is like the merchant ships bringing her food from afar. She gets up while it is still night. She provides food for her family and portions for her female servants. She considers a field and buys it. Out of her earnings she plants a vineyard. She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her tasks. She sees that her trading is profitable and her lamp does not go out at night. And it kind of keeps going on and on. I'm getting tired just reading it. Did you get tired just reading it? What's it say? She works hard. She is a hard worker. And this goes, girls, when you're looking for a guy, find a guy that is a hard worker. You do not want to marry a lazy bum. He may be just as cute as all get out. You might feel like you fell in love. And you might know, well, he's a little lazy. That laziness is going to drive you crazy after you've been with him for several years of marriage. Don't marry somebody lazy. Marry somebody that has a good work ethic. And that they work, because you want somebody that's going to work hard, that's going to take care of you, somebody that's going to take care of your family. And then we're going to go way down now, because there's just more work going on. And then verse 23, it says, her husband is respected at the city gate, where he takes his seat among the elders of the land. So you'll notice he's respected, and he's respected a lot because of what she does. But make sure that whoever you date, particularly whoever you marry, is somebody that is respected by others, particularly those in your family. You need to value the opinion of those in your family. Now, I can tell you there's been many, many cases where families have been wrong about who somebody married, but they are very, very right a lot of the times, and you really need to listen to them. And if nobody likes who you're dating, and nobody likes who you're marrying, don't start going, they just don't understand them. Listen to them. They might really be able to see something because you're just kind of blinded because you're in love. Okay? So find somebody that others respect. Going back to verse 20, it says, she opens her arms to the poor and extends her hands to the needy. She serves other people. Don't marry somebody who is selfish and all they think of themselves, because that selfishness is going to drive you nuts over years. Find somebody that's generous, somebody that looks to the needs of other people. You find somebody like that, that's probably somebody that you want to hold on to. And then we go down to verse 30. Verse 30. And this is a great warning here for you. It says, charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. So what is charm? Of course, you've heard of somebody that's charming. Even from the Disney movies, you have Prince Charming. It's just somebody that has a lot of grace, and you like them immediately. But charm, people can fool you with charm. They can put on an act and fool you with that. So it can be kind of deceptive. Have you ever known somebody that seemed really nice for a while and then you find out how they really were later? That's how it can be. Sometimes charm can really fool people for a while. And it says beauty is fleeting. Fleeting means it doesn't last very long. And I can tell you, you're probably not going to believe this, boys and girls. But at one point in my life, I was what you would say, I don't know if they say anymore, but at one point in my life, I was hot. Yes, I was hot. And every girl around liked me. Now, this was in the second grade, but still, it was in the second grade. I had beauty, but it was very fleeting. It's been downhill ever since. But you don't want to, it's nice to date somebody or marry somebody that's nice looking. That's fine. But that's something that's fleeting. That's not always going to last. There are more important qualities than that in who you choose to spend your time with. So look for permanent qualities, something that somebody's going to have all of their life. So I hope you enjoyed this evening. I hope you enjoyed seeing my office a little bit. I've got some Mentos. I keep these in my desk. This is like one of my favorite candies ever. Every now and then I have what's called a VURP. You know what a VURP is? A VURP? Yeah, VURP. That's kind of where you kind of go, ooh, and you kind of have half vomit and half burp. And you get this taste in your throat. It's like, ugh. Yeah, so when I do that, I throw in a Mento, take these Mentos, and boy, it just makes things so much better than ever was before. But hey, I miss you guys. I love you guys. Hope to see you sometime soon. Stay safe. Don't drive your family crazy. Just make sure you all get along, and maybe we can make it through this COVID-19 pandemic and all come back together soon. Bye-bye. Do, 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 do.